5 to 5 on day 2. Oh, it was his first gig as a voice actor, hey? Nice. One of the things that I would do if I was building a new character, I would make sure I have 2 morale points and 2 health points, because there's some dialogue things you do that you can gain a health or a morale. So you can sit around being on half health and half morale, and that's fine. Because when you lose a health point or a morale point, you have you can use a med or whatever the morale med is worth while you're losing it. But you can't be on 0 of 1. So anytime I could be gaining health, like that's why I'm sitting on half health, because we could do a dialogue point and gain a health, and then I don't have to use the med. I don't have that option with morale. And there's been a lot of times where we've done dialogue points and it's gone plus morale. And it's like, oh, well. And then you lose morale, you have to take a drug for it straight away. And saying that, in the level up system, also I wanted to forget one of these things. One of these is not doing, like this one's costing me logic, but my learning cap in those is raised. However, there's no point having a raised learning cap when we're not maxed out on them. Also, I wonder if we just take a point in, like, how do we get more morale? So that one doesn't do anything good or bad. Hobocop is fine. That one's fine. That one we're learning. This one's fine. This superstar one, it raises our cap on stuff we don't need. So I'm kind of happy to forget that one. Oh, you have to spend a skill point to forget. Oh, I guess we won't then. I will unlock the other ones though, because I want to learn those. Yeah, alright, well. What's the plan then? Oh, we're going to open the basement door. Joyce, we need to do something for. We need to find a lost bull. To find the vehicle. We're not going to be able to do that until we get to the other side. There's a lot of stuff that we Oh, we need to find our gun. We'll drink the wine. Maybe at the very end of the day we might drink the wine. Okay, so open the door. Let's go do that now.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Didn't he give us the key? Oh, the door's behind the greenhouse in the yard. A basement door. Oh, that's not that door. In that case, one of the other things we're going to do is succumb to save scum on... I think it's with the ammonium and the body we need to inspect. Because we can't put the ammonium in our hand. Must be on the... Oh, that's the other girl. Maybe. So we have the stuff, but you can't put that in your hand. Can we put it on a neck? No. There's an option just to use... Oh, that's a pen. No wonder I can do it. The ammonium. Yeah. So we can't do anything with the ammonium, but it's supposed to allow us to look at the body.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely... The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You managed to keep it in once.
Okay, so we fail anyway, but the ammonia... You did use the ammonia.
The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Well, that's not good. Spit and say nothing.
Are you okay, officer?
No.
You're facing tough odds here.
Just got lied to by the game.
It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
Do it without me, I just can't keep it down.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help. You need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Oh man. It's just gonna get worse. Internalize a volumetric shit compressor. Equip and complete volumetric shit compressor thought. Well, that's gonna take a while. We can't internalize it for now. We have to wait till we get a level. I feel like that.
Yes?
Open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard. Nothing. Sorry, Kim. We know we can walk around there. Okay. Well, eventually we can walk around there. That's the basement door.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Press my ear against the door.
The door is slick with rain. You don't hear any movement inside. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Use Banyana's key to unlock the door.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. There's nothing else to do than to leave and tell Everard. No conceivable reason for you to intrude on the premises.
No conceivable
There
reasons.
might be important information in the apartment.
Our gun could be in
I
there.
mean,
You know?
there might.
Let Everett know we've unlocked the door. Mm-hmm. Let's get our trusty flashlight. You want more electrochemistry? No. So. Some magnesium. Sure. Small suitcase full of clothes. Book titled Hidden World of Walking Sticks. Red sun on the flag. Okay.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
What's the sevenfold sun miracle?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Lieutenant, the old flag of the suzerain?
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing.
I don't know what that means. Don't.
The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colourful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Doesn't everyone? +1 logic shirt. It's our shirt got at the moment. +1 conceptualization with -1 suggestion. I like the +1 logic shirt. Very smart.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Tap on the mug.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable.
Okay.
There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn.
What do I mean, uncomfortable? Oh, it says disdainful, not uncomfortable.
It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's just making fun of these people.
Cynical, slippery bastard. Or, they're not stereotypes, they're honest acknowledgements of difference.
You ain't gonna change someone's mind by calling them a bastard.
That's true.
The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Whip out your yellow man mug and compare.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash.
Ah.
And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
They do. Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
You could ask Everett who this person is once you're done here.
We could. Having a thought. The smell of disinfectant in the room smells like chemicals. That's the whole room.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
It's my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world.
Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them.
That's right. Which means we can look up the Jamrock Shuffle. Yeah, probably not. Alright, so we can tell Everett. It's probably one of the few things we can actually do. Until tomorrow. Joyce doesn't want to speak to us about it. I haven't done anything for Joyce to speak to us yet. We haven't found the missing thing in there. I guess we go back to Everett. Can we speak to this dude? No. Oh, that's convenient. Smart coding. I wonder if this will let us have a look at the, we didn't roll on the files.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you. The drawer slides.
We'll have to make our way all the way up there. Need a fast travel. need a way out of there, but I think that's from behind the other thing. So we did the roll on the looking at the body, man without hair, and it used the thing for us when we failed. And then we vomited anyway.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. To allumer on, éteindre
Let's
off.
turn it on.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
No. I can understand the thinking process behind it though, because if you walk up to the ransomed body and you pass the check that says, like, this is the check, you're going to vomit or not, roll, and you pass it, you don't need to use anything.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the
Several.
distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Poor Severo. Almost gets the joke right. I should have said that. I should have, you know who else was at your house for serious business? My mom. Its purpose?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
I wonder if we can have a look inside the container now, though.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging from the crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container.
No, it was the one. It was dangling there at the
We are
crane.
not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
I don't know, Kim.
You're back before the...
Alright, Everard.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since
Not
you've
going
already
to.
sat on that chair.
Open the door, you asked me. We discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry.
A lot of experience.
One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
I did happen to accidentally stumble inside.
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
I did go inside. It was like the flag of old Revachol on as well.
Exactly the kind of fascist memorabilia I was expecting. Weasel probably prays to it every night for the downfall of the Union.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
There's a collection of colonial mugs there. I found a similar mug in the trash with the hanged man's clothes.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me.
That's where the joke comes from, Severo. There's one guy who doesn't know how the your mum jokes work.
I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, weasel.
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
I remember that one when someone actually teaches him one, yeah. What you say about my mom?
Oddly, it seems to be true.
But this weasel might have cleaned up after the killers.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety.
That's right,
nobody.
muscle bro.
Can't imagine him being
You're gonna meet
connected
Muscle
to a
Dad as well,
high-caliber
right?
case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
Oh, let's placate him. Great technique. You'd make a great sergeant.
Would he? I'm not so sure,
Shh,
but...
Kim. Shh.
Oh, you're too kind, Harry. Way too kind. I know I'm not a real police officer. You are.
Plus, real police officers lose their badge and gun. Wait, what? I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent
Yeah, we
to
worked that
scare
out.
us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Oh, that's not good.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Go on. You have a village elephant?
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
It's a pretty big container you've got. Like, it's at least a double wide and double tall. Wait, they moved the container.
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
Okay.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
Little bit.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction,
We
comes
know
up
that
to
guy.
me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure
he said,
sounded to
"We
me
killed
like
that
they
bad
killed
guy."
him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
The one who was pretending to be the gardener.
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway,
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
They have this thing here that, like, it says he slams his fist on the desk, and before it said the one where he makes the motion of the machine gun would have been absolutely perfect if his character model just then slammed his fist down on the desk, or if before the character model went, you know.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
Hey, Bonfire, how you doing?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
that does sound quite unlikely. Yes, the big guy leading the scabs at the gate is colossal.
Yeah, huge man. And we got the feeling that he wasn't from here, but we didn't want to push it since he's twice our size. You mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Wait, the girl by the whirling, who was keeping an eye on you, is he talking about her?
Yeah, nice one, Sherlock. Did you send her to spy on me disguised as a gardener?
I did that, didn't I? She thinks of herself as a guerrilla fighter. These middle-class kids and the books they read are crazy, Harry. I think she would rather be an insurgent than a lawyer. I hope it's a phase.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
He's betting on them being useless to you.
Everett, I met with them, but can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Alright, thanks, dude.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving this to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Yeah, why not? I need money. Otherwise, we're going to live in the street.
The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more
I don't care.
questions?
Like, he wasn't giving me it, he's just showing it to me. And he doesn't want it back.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
Well, tell me.
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
I'm more left. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. I don't know if we are. I'm not a man of left. I'm a patriot of revolution. Wait, are we a patriot? I don't know if that means something else in this game. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer.
Perfect, Harry. That's perfect. My version of the left is not against the companies, it's with the companies. Honestly, what I have in mind is a business proposal. A left-wing business proposal, but still...
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
But you told us it was Titus.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can.
What are the signatures for?
Deliberately omitting things.
Yeah, deliberately omitting things. What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
What is this, the 70s?
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Alright, what's the place?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Okay, we don't get across there till tomorrow, though. And what will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Yeah. Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
Oh, well, alright, if I happen to be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here,
He hands you an open white envelope.
you need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I know we can do business together.
Congratulations, Abano. It's a well-spent 100,000 channel points. Enjoy the diamond. How are you doing today? What's in the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to the Kvalson crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Feeling like a diamond? Nice.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's convince the container to open up.
Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like
No.
brains. By all means, Harry.
Later,
What's up?
Everett.
See you soon, Debardeur.
Okay. Let's interact with this
You
envelope
take
right
the
in front of
legal
him.
documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way. There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Wait, lose street access? How do you get out of your house? What are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
They should sell their property to him for less than cheap. Or for more than cheap, for lots. And then move out. Look, Kim, these people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about it?
I should have seen it. Everard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
I'm not going to forge their signatures.
However, we need access to the coast before we do anything. Everard won't believe you got villager signatures if you can't even get to the village. You can try a forgery as soon as we can cross the waterlock.
We won't be trying forgery. Right, we did get a level. So you can't put it into that. But what we can do grab a point here. And let's get our volumetric shit compressor. That'll take half an hour to internalize. And then we should be able to have a look at the body. Try talking to this crane or this container.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Persuade. Need to roll double sixes. Makes me wonder if there's a person in there or if it's a voice recognition. It's got to be a person. Or you'll pass the check and nothing will happen. Also, we've managed to catch up to 59 bucks. What did we cash in that was worth so much? I mean, the hubcaps were 100, but that paid off our debt. Must have sold something good. Oh, we got that $25 novelty check. That gave us a boost. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so we want to... go anywhere, I guess. Those are gonna have to wait. That has to wait as well. We're not karaokeing. That doomed commercial area we still can't get a badge. I don't know what we're going to do. Kim. What do we do, Kim? I found a bottle. And a can. Monies.
Shine on these.
Stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net worth. Go over and ask him.
I don't want to lose logic points. I wonder if we're okay to sell the postcards. Oh, that could be a start, bonfire. Let's quickly go speak to Joyce. See if she has anything to say about what Everett said about the mercenaries.
back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
And neither do I.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
Yeah. By the way, I've talked to Everett Clare.
You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually... Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, Verne-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Yeah.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Verne myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Mr. Everett has helped me find my gun I lost because I'm incompetent and drunk.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling. He's able to contain the anger and surprise.
Sorry, Kim.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
Mr. Everett says it's almost ready to be found soon.
Did he now? Well, then it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying to you. Anyway, was there anything else you've heard?
Perhaps he is.
He asked me to open a door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
No, I mean like a real door to someone's house.
Oh my. A real door?
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
I helped scare someone for Mr. Clare. Go on.
My. What I'm hearing is you inspected a premises because you suspected that it was involved in the narcotics trade.
Yes.
And in the process, you turned up some information relevant to your investigation. Only from Everett, surprisingly.
Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything in return.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal, and it was not for nothing. I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
He means beyond the coming days and weeks, or the grasp of newspaper
Hey,
and
welcome back,
radio
Valkyrie.
reports that may trickle to your desk if you ever return to Precinct 41 in the far future.
Everett says Wild Pine sent mercenaries after the Union and now one's dead.
The company did not send mercenaries after the Union. I told you in great detail about the mistakes my side made. And of course, I accept them completely. I just hope you don't share Everett's view on things. After all, as he said, one's dead now. The Pine certainly hasn't killed any of theirs.
Let's keep it that way, she means to add, but then doesn't.
Everett asked the Union's... Oh, we need to go speak to what's-his-face. Everett asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation.
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already.
Yeah, I really should have gone and spoken to them straight away, but I got sidetracked.
We cannot discuss the specifics of an ongoing
I'm not an
investigation.
actual police
ma'am.
officer.
Besides,
I just
you
play
haven't
games as one.
exactly been forthcoming yourself.
Man, Panz policeman would be the worst thing ever to happen to some sort of authority figures.
That is only fair. Well, I hope it yields something. Otherwise, you'll have opened that door for naught. Anything else?
Yeah. The Union's militant wing organised the lynching.
Yes. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. Find the name rather amusing, honestly.
Oh, it's because she's a WWE fan. He didn't seem at all worried about the whole conflict that's developing.
I wouldn't have taken Everard for a saber rattler. Was he surrounded by Union men he wanted to impress?
No, there's no one there.
No, it was more like he wanted things to get worse. In secret, of course.
You'd imagine a lot of frustrated exhales. Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. I think he wants things to escalate.
Or he wants you and me to believe he wants to go to war.
There's always that risk, man. But if I may offer my opinion, he means it.
Kim's right. I'm pretty sure he meant it.
I'll think it over, Detective. Thank you for relaying this information to me.
You're quite welcome.
Have I underestimated the Union's ferocity? She has to ask herself by now.
What you've said is quite enough. You've given me a lot to consider, and may have helped me prevent this conflict from escalating.
He asked me to deliver an envelope.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it?
To a nameless settlement down the coast nearby.
Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there.
And he wants to build a youth centre here for the children of Martinez.
A youth centre with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
So you said you can't buy the place?
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
Yeah, Kim is the policeman from the neighbouring jurisdiction. So I think the island we're on is kind of right on the border of both, maybe. So we're both, they've sent us from ours and Kim from his. Here, this is Kim here with the orange jacket.
She
This
is
is us.
more defensive about it than usual.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information?
No.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat.
Okay.
Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Well, there is one. Oh, Kim's still here. I have 2 silver. Just not interested. Maybe you didn't do the face right, Detective. I can't even do the face. It's so terrible. It's pretty bad. Like, how do you smell it? I don't know how you smell like that. We'll speak to the Hardy brothers, and then Your boss told you to pay attention, or to play
I've
nice.
got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you Elizabeth Smith Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
No, so you don't understand. Time passes with every dialogue option I choose, and I need another, 20 minutes to pass so that my volumetric shit compressor kicks in and I can go inspect the body outside.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
Easy. Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
Yeah, we're shining the torch right in her face. Are you the Hardy girl?
I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
Yeah, but you could be a model.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Yeah, get a grip, Glenn. She went to law
So
school.
fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
Do you know lots of models? Really? Do you?
No, Glenn, they aren't.
It's fair.
This didn't change her opinion of you. It's not her. She's not a Hardy girl. Definitely.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again. We've talked to Everard Clare. We know who these men are. The Union's militant wing.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing
She
the
just called us
unlawful
interns.
privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists.
Get sober. Do your job. Ask your questions, and get the hell out of Martinez.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Yo, Titus, my man.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Me and Everett talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
Pretty much.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Very mature, guys. Everett sent word, right?
Yeah, I heard him. Now fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys, Hardy boys. How may we assist you?
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
So we get a +2, but we're still not going to make that roll. Alright, well. Good chatting with you. I like that. He got a specific instruction from his boss to talk to us, and still doesn't. Jerk. How close are we to volumetrically compressing our shit? 1 minute. Okay. Hi. I just want to say hello to you.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the hardy girl?
I am not.
You could be, Liz. You could.
Even a mod?
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Alright, we'll try the different one. He's right, you know. You're very pretty.
The cold look in her eyes speaks louder than words. She is not amused. It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Alright, later.
Volumetric shit compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Okay. Alright, so all endurance white checks are unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4, but I have a feeling we're still going to fail the go look at the body option. But we get to go look at the body again. Maybe we need some sort of hydraulic volumetric shit compressor after we fail this one. Kuno, stop throwing rocks at it.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
We get a
body
+6
below
because that
is
shit's
entirely
compressed.
dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Don't fail.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Alright. Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Yeah, these aren't just boots, are they? They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
There we go.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic.
Wait, forget about the...
It's clearly some manner of super armor, or future armor. Super future armor? I'm useless.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Knock the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air. like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Have a feel of it.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Oh, it looks like there's a serial number.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
Let's not.
That doesn't sound like a serial number. Where's the structure and logic of a line of manufactured products? Well, no matter. We should run it anyway.
True. It didn't have the cadence and logic of a real manufactured item.
Wait, is that the lie? I thought that was the correct one and he's suggesting lie.
Officer, the decomposing corpse has temporarily suspended my sense of humor. Let's continue in a less playful manner. Anyway.
That could be my misinterpretation. I think that's my misinterpretation. Yeah, it did tell us that was the number. I don't know. Brain didn't kick in on that one.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done.
Okay, I want to go to the
station and
kinema
chase
when
it
we're
for
done.
us.
Got to remember that, chat. Going to go to the police car when we're done. Pull the boot off.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound.
Don't rip
comes
his leg
from
off.
above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Oh, he's there. It's going to pull his head off if we try to pull the boot off.
Brutal!
What?
Even the mongrels can see you're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Not a homo.
Stop obsessing about your sexuality, officer. You are about to seriously compromise the coroner's case.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
That'd go super well with my bell-bottom pants. Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you are getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots for 7 days. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think they are the only thing left on him?
I don't know.
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
I don't understand who we're what's the plan? Okay, let's just go. I think we're answering ourselves on this one. It'd be better if the body needs to be down is the plan, the lieutenant's not around. Okay, we're not going to take his boots.
All right then. You can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected?
Wait, there are honor points?
Of course there aren't. Don't be naive.
What's going to happen to the boots then?
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Yeah. What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species.
Yeah.
The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Maybe he was just wearing the boots and there is no rest of the armor.
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Right.
Nice. That makes sense.
What if they told him to strip before they hung him? To demean him?
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Kuno.
Clearly Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
Okay.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Okay, so that's just a little over 100 real per week. Which, 20 real per day. So what's his face gave us 5 real before. That's, 2 hours wage. Ka-ching, baby. Nod to the boots.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
No, that's not what I meant.
Of course.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter.
Hard to say. Doesn't pay too well up below. We don't know. There's no relative numbers to measure it against. How can this man afford such expensive hardware? Well, it is $20 a night to stay at the motel. So if we earn $20 a day and a motel is $20 a night, there seems to be some sort of... Although the police should be paying for that, not us.
Looks like he worked for a private contractor, like Evrard told us. Wealthy, with state ties. This is way above what we have.
Back off and look at corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities
kinda wanna pull
blotched
on the-
pink and
Pull
blue.
his head off. And throw it at Kuno. Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
We're probably not going to have another shot at this. Tell me, who are you, dead man?
I'm gone.
That was a god roll. Should have saved that for something harder. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out west.
I see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Yeah, there is. That's why they're called jokes. Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Kobo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
imagination.
What?
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me more questions.
Here you go, loony.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
I do strike myself as a Rooney.
No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. That's right. Stupid, boring Harry.
Why do I feel like I've
Harry
forgotten
the
something?
motherfucker.
Oh, why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
A deep sea creature.
No, not quite. Be fair now.
A baby affected with harlequinism.
You sure wrinkled out of that one, Copperlini.
Alright, there's the question one.
Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, Copperoony Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Who killed you?
Love did me in, brother Copo. It was love all along.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face. Motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Well, I don't have anything else to do. This case is all I have.
I'm all you have? Then you truly lost it all, brother. You let the world drag it all away from you, and what it left, you pissed away. And here we are.
That's enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
Inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester
Yeah, Inland
cuts
Empire's
into
good.
his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know, but this is lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
By they, you do mean the Hardy Boys.
Right now, everything seems to fit their confession.
They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
You just release the latch? How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Yeah.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Get the oven preheating happening so we can get the pies on.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
Sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
Interrogate Sunshine. Mini.
Interrogate is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Is it similar to the one on the front of his car?
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting then.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, if you could find someone to decipher it.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Oh, go on, CSI.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
Totally.
Absolutely.
I think he was up right after his death. His hands and feet and neck are discolored.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
For some reason, my brain would like the pink to be more pronounced, especially in the neck.
Maybe it looks faint to you? It could be more pronounced, actually. Dûment noté.
Maybe he was strangled by someone?
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Cover your nose. Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
When we got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
Well, yeah. Okay, let's try the other one then, since it'll let us.
A pool of blood.
The victim appears.
The fuck he's saying?
Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death.
Maybe.
He doesn't. Okay, he's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Yeah, good one, Kuno. Good job, Bonfire.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Back off and catch your breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
If we take long enough, he'll just come down in two pieces, right? Maybe we should have just kept pulling on his leg. That would have made things so much simpler. Alright, so how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
One more.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Of course.
No.
You come back later,
Preliminary examination is
Coppo.
done. Let's get him down from there.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Huh. Okay. There's a lot of dumb ideas here. Can't someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
That's us.
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Yeah. Can the boys from processing take care of this?
No.
Why?
Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator in the morgue. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
We can saw the branch, but that's gonna just drop him down.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, seems
There
dangerous.
has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Okay. Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it.
We are not getting him down already. Not getting him down is a task that's already accomplished. Sadly, it's not our job to keep him up there, but to get him down.
I mean, that's the other option. We just pull his head off and then both pieces will come down.
How do you plan to get him down then? With social sensibility? Are you going to educate him down?
Educate him down. We shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
The buckle holds the belt together?
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
I say nothing and let him choose on this one.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Say nothing.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano clad.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Never get your shit together.
Remain collegial, officer. It was an honest mistake, and I will not repeat it.
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
We should have taken the shot.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Alright. Superstar, give me a shot.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
Well, that's the thing. Is my hand-eye coordination actually high? It's 4. It's not low. No, that's high, right? Above average.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
Where am I going to lose it? You're standing right next to me.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of
Can I
bakelite
shoot
and the
Kuno?
gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, a P9 Armistice, before. At some point it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Wait, the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand
with the gardening
supporting your
gloves
gun
on.
arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Have I finished the game? No, this is my first playthrough. Point the gun at Kuno S. Let's not do that. Close my left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the evening light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sync up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Oh!
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened.
Yeah, I don't know anything. Oh, we pawned it at the pawn shop. We already worked that bit out.
You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
It's so bad, yeah.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
Ask for another shot. You'll get it with the next one. The goddamn light reflected off some window. Surely.
Reload it. I want another shot.
The cadaver is already compromised bad enough. We don't have to make it worse.
Do it or I'm going to pull his head off.
It came out wrong. You made it sound like you're some sort of roulette addict looking for a fix. Ask again. More controlled this time.
Please, Kim.
There is silence.
Vittupa wants to fuck up again bad.
What kind of words are those?
The song of my people, asshole.
Yeah. Warnings and spoilers tread a grey area that I don't want because I'm enjoying the story too much, so please don't. And don't just all you're saying, please.
Don't provoke her.
Shot him in the chest. What a fucking idiot.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
Yeah, just reload the gun. I won't shoot the corpse. I want to wing one of the mouthy street kids. Lieutenant, we should entrust Kudo with your service weapon. He says he can shoot it down. I don't think so. That's possibly we're not giving you the gun.
That's preposterous. What are you, a fucking earl?
We still need to get him down somehow.
But how?
The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too.
But how do we get inside the harbor? We know how to get inside the harbor. Won't it be dangerous?
To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to accomplish this feat ourselves. Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick, bitches.
How do we get inside the harbor?
From the gates. By negotiating or fighting. Or we can try the secret route we found, where your cloak is. It looked doable.
Right, where was that?
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
Let's get to it then.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants
So
and
there's
white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest, a fading web of tattoos. The cargo belt used to hang him from the tree looks reinforced.
There's this little part is saying, if we separate the head from the shoulders, then it's down, right? And we haven't had to ask the harbour for help. I mean, it's one or the other. And we've already shot the body. So, can it actually get worse?
The material, delicate. These are clearly not boots. Oh, the lieutenant uses. It's clearly
Ceramic plate under the heel. Fair weather.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
What?
Even the mongrels can see you're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why
was
are
trying
you
to-
hanging on to that boot?
Where's the option of, I wanted to get the body down? Where's the option? I wanted to get the body down, albeit in pieces. There's no option. Literally unplayable. No.
How many clues? There's no.
You're sure? All right then. You can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points?
Right,
Processing will take care of them. With the situation.
The cadaver.
All right, so we don't get to decapitate the body. Let's run the victims. I can interact with
An
the
intricate
thing.
web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus.
I believe you
Each
shot him
time
in the
the
chest.
lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not right.
Who are you?
Gone.
What's the meaning of this tattoo?
For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you.
Maybe the lady at the bookstore?